Welcome to UCLA Newsweek, September 22, 2010. In this edition, Volunteer Day brings more than 5,000 Bruins to the streets of Los Angeles.
As a public university, a part of what we want to do is educate students to have a commitment to their communities, and this is the first step.
And reimagining New Orleans housing after Katrina.
Now there's going to be, you're in a political territory, and there's going to be a conversation.
And in brief, UCLA's economic growth predictions, and speeding up tomorrow's gadgets. In the nation's largest community participation event for new students, UCLA's Volunteer Day brought out over 4,500 new Bruins and 850 faculty, alumni, and staff.
Always inspiring when you see our students really get serious about their volunteer work, and there's an intensity but an excitement, and it's fun. These are students who are just beginning classes, and they're getting to know one another now early, which is also nice. We recognize you can only get a small amount done with one day of service, and the hope is they'll sign up, they'll get inspired, and they'll come down to here and other locations in the city and volunteer frequently. This is a great start even before you begin classes, so work hard, enjoy, and hopefully we'll see you in the community in the future helping us out. Take care. Taking this pass-fail?
Just in the corner.
As a public university, a part of what we want to do is educate students to have a commitment to their communities, and this is the first step in what we believe is very important for public university education.
There you go. Excellent.
Thank you. I got a lot of assistance on that.
Renowned architect Thom Mayne discusses the innovative float house and how initial reservations led to reimagining possibilities for New Orleans after Katrina.
We compared the cost of rebuilding the levee versus buying all the land at market value, and the cost by the way, not only the levee, but you had to put in all new services, which is huge expense. And we looked at that cost vis-a-vis buying all the land, turning it back, and then taking that population that was left, about 50% at the time, if I remember right, and putting it back in New Orleans. A year later, we're getting a call through Brad Pitt. Would you participate in building a house? It seemed as though it was impossible to do, because we just were on record and finished the study saying, no, we should vacate the Ninth Ward and turn it back into a natural, pure state or whatever, right? And we realized that actually it was a really opportunity, and that what it meant is that we're going to design a residence for the condition that we're defining, and all of it having to do with producing something low cost. We wanted to build a house for actually $100,000. Without any doubt, the most interesting part is the chassis, and it floats, of course. And it wasn't meant that people would stay in the house during a storm, but your possessions would be the house itself would be remaining, etc. But in the chassis is everything, all the electrical, all the plumbing. We have a battery backup system for both safety and for day-to-day use. We have photovoltaic. You look at the smallest kind of an event of building this, right, small-scale house, and how it completely connects to the larger, broader economic, social, cultural issues. Once you start doing something that actually affects people's lives, that shapes human behavior, right? That's meant to somehow enhance or shift human behavior. Now there's going to be, you're in a political territory, and there's going to be a conversation, but it probably immediately means you're up to something.
And now, a look at more developments at UCLA. In its third quarterly report of 2010, the UCLA Anderson forecast predicts very sluggish growth for the foreseeable future as the U.S. economy continues to recover from the recession. Two factors cited in the report are that recoveries from burst bubbles are very slow, and that the nation's businesses are uncertain about investing. UCLA chemists and engineers have created the fastest graphene transistor to date. A one-atom thick layer of graphitic carbon, graphene has the potential to make electronic devices, such as radios, computers, and phones, much faster and smaller. For more information on these and other stories, visit newsroom.ucla.edu.